Hi, it's Dave here from Elysium Sophia. And how are you today? We say hi to all our friends that are joining us from across the pond and our friends from here in the UK. And of course, our friends from the Philippines. We say hi to you that are working out there, maybe working in the United Emirates, working in Dubai, working in Saudi Arabia, working in the Middle East. You might be out there watching us from the home of Thai boxing, Thailand, where we started off our journey into martial arts. You might be watching us from across the pond in the USA. You might be Joe Biden fans. You might be Donald Trump fans. You might be watching us from Argentina, Chile, Brazil, South America. Or you might be joining us from Europe. The final countdown. And if you are, we say hi to you. Scandinavia, maybe. And already behind the scenes, we've got Sophia, my wonderful daughter, welcoming people, aka Penny the Panda, to the chat. My darling.
Hello everybody, Penny the Panda here from Elysium Sophia. So first person we have is Creepy, who says hello guys.
Hi,
so
Creepy,
hello,
alright
Creepy,
mate?
Thank you for joining us. How are you today? And thank you.
How are you? We're just saying now good evenings really. It's just got back from school, just on the school run, just done for a bit of shopping. It's absolutely been mayhem here. So just saying hi to our friends from Scandinavia, from Denmark, Sweden, Stockholm in particular, and also we've got somebody else.
So Creepy said, just been watching Gunther, the guy who does live autopsy and had the show
Oh wow!
on TV. Oh,
As,
wow.
yeah, we must catch that. It's been a very, very eventful day for us today. I'll explain later. So I hope you're okay, Creepy. Hope your missus, as you call her, is okay. How are you getting on with your return to Blighty? How's things going with that? Okay, we've not seen you for a few days. We've been working on the other side, on our other platform, and also been snowed under with work from there. I'll talk about that later. But how's things going?
So Creepy said, fair enough, my friends.
Mm-hmm. No worries, no worries. And of course we say hello.
So we've also got ZXOMG Lee, who says hi.
Hi,
so
our
we
friend.
haven't seen you in a while.
Wow. The last time we met you, we gave you a shout out, didn't we? A long, long time ago. And we've got we've either got Nin or whether the dickheads
So how are you?
for the thumbs down already.
Thank you so much for joining us. I think the last time we properly
We did, yeah.
was when we gave you that shout
That
out.
little shout out. How's things, our little friend from the Philippines?
I
Yeah.
think that was like the last time.
A long, long
we've
time
said,
ago.
Yeah, I've been quite busy looking for work, mate.
Oh, great. So I've not actually finished my... before we've even started, that idiot's put the two idiots have put the two thumbs down straight away. I've only said, hey, it's Dave from Elysium. Nope, boop. So that was quite interesting.
We've also got 3am who said good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon,
so
3
hello,
a.m. How are you?
How are you today?
So yeah, as soon as I opened my mouth today and said, hi, it's Dave here with the idiots with the bells, put two thumbs down. So thanks for that, guys. I love you too. But anyway, at least we know who they are, don't we?
So Creepy said, yay, views. I think they came to me, David. I've been getting them now long.
They're Muppets, anyway. So we've just been, just welcoming our friends from across the pond in America,
So
and
Creepy
also
said
from...
that funny,
I know. And welcome also. You might be joining us today from Personal Friends of Sophia. You may be banging your drum like Dom did today. You might be Cheese. You might be Ethan. You may be Jack. You might be Millie. You might be Ava. I don't know. You might be one of those people that knows Sophia personally. And if you do, then you're welcome today. Kalal, it might be you. I don't know. It may be people that are joining us today that want to chat with us or just want to stay in the wings and listen to the show, how it evolves today. Last time it was quite eventful. We had a couple of stalkers there. They may join us again today. They may not, but I don't know. C'est la vie. It is what it is, and it doesn't bother us either way. But how are you today then, Creepy? Sorry, I was just trying to explain, we've had so many things going off here. Sophia had another jab, and another jab a couple of days ago, which has been quite eventful, sort of sorting that out. She had a bit of a, not so much a bad reaction to it, but felt a bit dodgy for a couple of days with that one. An inoculation, and school's been back to school life, which is a bit of a shock to the system again after all that lockdown. And with you, how's things going, Creepy, at the moment? Have you got your ticket sorted and
Creepy
everything?
said, I'm good, mate. Thanks for asking.
Oh, good. Have you got your ticket sorted out now? Are you any closer to returning to Blighty? You said you sorted some work and things like that. So hopefully that means that the funds are there for you to start coming over. I don't know. Just wondering. And of course, we've been extra busy. Also listening today to If It's Okay with Socrates, because I was talking about politics again. Sorry, I don't know anything about politics, but I'm going to try. Okay, it's okay. Boris today was talking about the lockdown here in the UK. Go on,
So
Madonna.
Ruby said, no, not yet. Still waiting for the money to be sending over.
Oh, cool. Well, it'll come.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it will come. But yeah, well, I was listening today
And
to.
also, I'm behind the camera.
Yes.
Just to clarify.
Sophia's behind the
Yeah.
camera. And are you happy to be behind the camera, darling?
Yes.
Don't feel exploited in any way?
No.
Oh, good, that's okay. So we've been looking at what Boris has been saying. Good old Bojo, what he's been saying about lockdown. And today has been overshadowed, really, by two things. By the dreadful events that happened towards the end of last week. The young woman that was tragically killed. Which has been all over the newspapers here in the UK, and of course the people's response to the COVID vaccine, the Oxford one, that's been high on the news at the moment.
So Creepy said, military don't rush, mate, they take their time.
Like anything else, mate, like anything else, it's later, manana kind of syndrome. They do run about all the time, though, don't they? They're running about all the time. So yeah, we've just been saying about the dreadful occurrence that happened towards the end of the last week, and that's highlighted the plight of women in this country, wondering if it's safe to go out in the streets, and yada yada yada. All sorts have been open with that one. And also, we've been talking, so you might want to talk to us about that today, I don't know. Or you might want to talk to us today. The Oxford vaccine apparently is safe, and so is the Pfizer, whatever you want to call it. That's safe, but apparently the Oxford one, there's been a few dodgy moments with people in Spain, people in Germany, people in France, are all saying there's a few issues with it that causes some kind of clotting. Now, I don't know.
So Creep said, do you agree on politics getting a 11% pay rise and nurses in the military getting a 1% pay rise?
Ooh, yeah, we'll not even go there.
That?
I think you know my answer to that one, mate. It's definitely going to be a bugbear, isn't it, that one? But yeah, listening to Boris today, he was talking about the vaccine, because a lot of countries all over the world, and particularly in Europe, they're saying that they don't think that the Oxford vaccine is altogether 100% safe. So I don't know, but Boris came in today, my darling.
Creepy said the UK variant has come to the Philippines now, and we are all under lockdown straight away.
Oh my word! So
Oh,
somebody's
wow.
fetched it over there then, have they? Oh my word! But Boris today said in question time at 12 o'clock today, UK time, he said somebody sent the question and they said, "What can you do to reassure us that everything is okay with the Oxford vaccine?" And Boris said, "Well, the only thing I can say is I'm having it next week." So Boris is having his injection, and he's opting to have the Oxford one because he believes in it. He believes there isn't any, there are no problems with it. Everything's fine with it. So if he's doing that, then good on him. At least he's leading by example.
Creepy said ridiculous. The UK border at the airport should have checked if people was negative. It's wrong, bro. I know.
He's done one, my darling.
Ridiculous. The UK border at airports should have checked if people were
Oh,
negative.
just a bit. Yeah, I mean, there's supposed to be all
Creepy
these.
said be right back.
Okay, mate. Well, wait, where will you come out? There's been all this talk lately about how many people have been tested. Schools obviously been tested left, right, and centre, because obviously this is the last place, isn't it? How we can find out what's happening with COVID. Hopefully things will be on the mend now. We have so many million. I think it's 23 million now, 24 million. Every time I blink, there's another million added to it on their first dose. And I think quite a few people are now on their second dose, and that's become very apparent because myself and Sophia were out at the weekend, going into a local shopping mall, shopping centre. Sorry, a bit of an Americanism there. And it's the old people, the nicest possible way, that feel their back think now, and they've had 2 injections now, so they're going out with their masks on, and they're actually going out. And we can't blame them. But they're going out now in their droves and like, yeah, I'm okay now. There's some kind of super gran and wandering about with. What I was trying to say was, basically we went in and M&S, not that there are other shops available, but M&S is quite a busy place at our shopping mall, and they were queuing. There must have been nearly 200 people outside queuing for 11 o'clock opening, which again is another bonkeroonies. Remind me about that, my darling, about these Sunday opening hours, because again that's another bizarre thing that's getting my head round at the moment. So because I was speaking to Sophs and I was saying it's bizarre, this 11 o'clock opening, because years and years ago, if you're of a certain age, you can remember that Sunday was quite a non-eventful day. And you couldn't actually shop on a Sunday. And it was mainly to do with the laws of this country, based around the fact that we're a Christian country, and that Sunday was, a festival day. It was kept a holy day, and it was kept so that people could go to church. From years and years and years ago, that was the day off, wasn't it? It was Sunday. And obviously we're still quite draconian in that, and because obviously Christianity is still predominant religion in the UK still, then we still abide by that. Now, what I was saying to Sos was once upon a time you couldn't actually get anything on a Sunday. It was very quiet on a Sunday. But then entered car garages, which originally just used to sell petrol. And then they started to sell, I don't know whether you remember, memory lane, they started to sell other things, bits and bobs. We could go in and you could get all sorts. I remember my first real memory was getting stamps, because you used to, somebody used to come because they didn't trust us. Well, didn't trust us. Somebody used to come in and put your petrol in for you. Yeah, as a pump attendant, yeah. And they used to come along and used to say, £10 of the petrol, please, or £20 of the petrol. And back then, I think it was probably like, £2 or £5 of the petrol. And the guy, usually a guy at the time, first of all, and then it was, they let women do it, ooh, controversial. And they came in and they put the pump in and you gave them the money and they took it in, which was great. And then something came along, like everything else, called self-service. And, the clue's in the name. Self-service. You came along, you put your own petrol in, and then you went in, they trusted you with the pump. Yeah, bump it in, bump it up, bump it up, bump it up. And by then it was petrol or diesel, wasn't it? It was the majority of things were petrol, and then it was petrol or diesel. And that was it. And then you could actually, on the shelf, I remember as a child, seeing things rubbish, absolute crap it was. Things like glasses and rubbish that you could get. And you could get so many stamps. And if you had so much petrol, if you had, let's just make it easy, if you had £5 of the petrol, you got 10 stamps. Yeah, okay, so you collected the stamps and then you could cash them in for some of these bobbins. It's usually a glass or something like that, or something you could save up for. Some of them weren't bobbins, some of them were quite good things. And some of them were okay, some of them weren't so good. I remember, the first thing that I remember was getting, my parents getting a set of 6 green, yes folks, turquoise green glasses, okay? Drinking glasses, yeah, that was amazing. I remember getting those thinking, ooh, green glasses, how nice. So that was the first thing. And then obviously garages progressed and started selling more and more, started selling drinks and chocolate, crisps, things like that. Now look at it. You can get anything from your local garage now, absolutely anything. And my point is, if you go on a Saturday, or if you go on a Sunday morning at 6 o'clock to your local garage and buy some petrol, then you can buy whatever else you like. But if you go to the shops, they don't open till 11 o'clock because it's the law.
And they can serve you as well.
And they can't, and the garage man or woman, they can serve you, and that's fine. But when you go to a shop, the law says we can't open the doors and serve you while 11 o'clock because we're a Christian country and it's the law. Now, I don't get that. Because, like I've just been saying, now we toddled off on Sunday morning, and myself and Sophia, we went to the garage, we put some petrol in, and we bought some bits and bobs, and then we went to the, and we got to the shopping mall very, very early, and we were sat there about 10:15, and we had to wait, guys, 3/4 of an hour while the shops opened, because they weren't allowed to open while 11 o'clock. And I know that's the case, but I just question that a little bit. Because if it's the law, then I get it. But if it's the law, how can you go and get some petrol and bread or beer, yoghurt, flowers, whatever you like from the shop that sells petrol. So if you're going to get petrol, you can get whatever you want. But apparently and officially they can't serve you while 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I don't get it. And I just can't get my head around that. Maybe you can help on that one, Creepy. I don't understand. Don't get it. Because if it's the law that you can't open and serve people before 11 o'clock, I get it. I think that's stupid. I think that's crazy. I think that's bonkers. But if that's the law, then okay. But it's not the law, is it? Because an hour before that, I've already been to the garage and got what I wanted. But then I have to sit and wait and queue while 11 o'clock or the door's open because that's the law. Am I making sense? I don't know. But it doesn't make sense to me, that. That just doesn't make sense in any way, shape or form. So anyway, that's one for you. The Creepy's fallen asleep or he's gone and made himself a hot chocolate or something. Do you have hot chocolate in the Philippines?
So, we have got Sinead's live.
Oh.
Who says hello, David and Sophia. So, hello, Unicorn.
Hello, my little
How are
Hulk
you
friend.
today?
Our little hulky friend. How are
Thank
you
for
today?
joining us.
How are you today?
Yeah, how are you today?
How was school? How was school today? How's your leg? I never know exactly what's
Is it
happening with
your
you. It's
hip or
hip or
something?
hip hip hooray! Hip hip
Anyway, how are
hooray!
you anyway?
Hip hip hooray! Don't quite know what it is with you, whether it's your hip, your leg, or whatever it is.
Anyway,
I never
How are
know.
you?
How's your hip? Dislocated hip.
Bad.
Have you got a Zimmer
You
frame?
bad. Why are you bad?
You bad? Ooh, bad. Bad as in cool. Street down with the kids.
She said bad, but you know.
Bad.
Like, why?
Why?
Tell us.
Yeah,
let
why
us
is it
know
bad?
why.
Well, what did
Why
you do
are you
anyway?
bad?
I don't understand.
You
You just run into a wall
You
or
need
something.
to let us know.
I know you need to know.
Why
She
you
needs to
are
tell us
bad.
why she's been stupid. I don't understand
You're not
it.
being
What did you
stupid.
do, you bad lad? Messing
3
about.
AM said it's to do with the shots being over a certain amount of square feet.
Oh, is it? Cool. It's to
So-
do with the size of the shots then, not the law. Thank you for
So
that.
Sinead's like, I'm going to say Unicorn.
Unicorn.
Unicorn said, I'm getting bullied and my leg is really painful.
Yeah, but what's the connection with the two? So if you're getting bullied, here's an answer. Listen.
She's on
So,
crutches.
so if you're on crutches, take your crutch in with you, wrap it round the bully's head. And
Right.
get out, you bad lad. That's what you need to do.
Anyway.
Walk in as if you're some kind of crip, okay? And go,
First of all-
oh, I can't walk, I can't walk. Then when they bully you, go, bam!
Okay, so
Knock their teeth out.
the first thing is, I'm sorry that you've hurt your leg and you're on
Yes, we're
crutches.
very sorry you
We
hurt
hope
your
it
leg.
gets better.
And we hope it gets
Secondly,
better.
don't worry about the bullies.
Don't worry about the bullies.
And she's laughing at
The bullies are just bullies. We've told you this hundreds of times. The bullies are
and then-
bullies because they're insecure.
She said, you're so funny, bad lad.
I do try, you bad lad. I do try, then I go to bed, I wake up the next morning, and then I try it once again. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. Me just walking as if you're some kind of, Spaz Beggar down and go in and go, oh, like that, walk in and go, oh, look at me, oh. And then when the bullies come up, just go, bam! And, knock the teeth out or something, I don't know. Or you could do what the best thing to do is advocating. Better be careful because Socrates will say I'm advocating violence
Or
again
you
now.
could just
Just
carry
walk
on.
away, turn the other cheek, and say, hey,
Why are people bullying
rising
you?
above you.
They shouldn't
Just
be
rise above
bullying
them.
you.
Rise above them. That's what I'm
Yeah.
supposed to say, but we're only human. Of flesh and
Yeah.
blood we're made. But I'm a fraud, so, don't know what I'm talking about, I'm real, that's what I am. I'm real. Okay?
I'm real,
We're
too.
all real. We're real.
Yeah.
And, okay, so I'm a therapist, and I do believe in the therapy, but I also believe in, if people, outstep the mark, then we can't always, run away and hide, can we? We've got to, you got to fight for your right to party. But that doesn't mean I'm a fraud.
No.
That doesn't mean I'm a fraud.
And it's like
okay?
on the other side when people keep saying, is your dad a robot?
Yeah, am I a robot? Yeah, I'm not a
That's
robot.
funny.
I'm not a fraud.
Yeah, he's a robot.
Okay. I do believe in mindfulness meditation. I do believe in all that type of thing. I believe more in. You see, the thing is, I believe more in hypnosis and that type of thing. And then, I do believe in meditation and relaxation, of course. But in no way, shape, or form, I resent being called and referred to as a fraud. Because that's just strange. But it's only one person that's calling me that. And I don't want to even get into that now, but there's one particular person that says I'm a fraud because he wants to kick off and have an argument. But 3 dislikes, so 3 knobheads here now, aren't
No,
they?
it's just
I don't know.
his
3,
other-
3.
his other-
Okay, well that's 3, isn't it? Okay, another account or whatever. It's creepy. He's turned against us.
Yeah.
It sounds like buddy on those things. Yeah. So so we've got 3 dislikes.
Three.
So we know 3. So there's 4 to come, isn't there? There's usually 4.
Oh, there's 4, yeah.
There's usually 4, 4 village idiots. But, we've got the 3, and that's fine. And it's fine with Socrates, it's fine with Nin, I don't mind. I just resent I resent people having a go about something they don't understand. They don't know me, they don't know my daughter, they don't know anything about me. So to judge, I just think, anyway, just say this the way it is. But to make sweeping statements that I'm a fraud, then on one of my videos, then I'm not a fraud, any way, shape or form. I can back it up with science, I can back it up with pieces of paper, I can also back it up with what I do. So I ain't a fraud, but I ain't afraid of people either. And when I do say that bullies are just bullies because they're insecure, that's true, they are, but sometimes it's not enough just to walk away and be the coward of the county. Sometimes you have to stand up and say to these guys, look, I'm not going to take it anymore.
So 3am said laws are apparently going to change on Sunday trading for it to be the same as any other day a week in 2022.
Are they? Wow, yeah. It's all sorts of changing, but I didn't realise it was about the square footage. So thank you, because in the UK, a lot of our rules, a lot of our laws come from draconian days. They come from customs that have just once upon a time were customs, and then Parliament made it law, and then they're laws right back to the Magna Carta. So yeah, Socrates, I'm just talking about politics here, and I'm talking about the law. That obviously a lot of our... you can join us if you like. Join in an eventful conversation. We were just saying that a lot of our laws come originally from customs right back, that date way back to the Magna Carta. Okay,
so 3am said, I was bullied for the first 2 years of high school until I smacked him on the nose in front of his mate, and I was never bullied again.
Exactly, and this is what I was saying, and this is why Socrates says that one of the things that says I'm a fraud. Okay, I do advocate mindfulness meditation. I do say if you can, then use meditation, use mindfulness, use hypnosis. Try and be the bigger, better person. Try and walk away, and try your best to think, rise above it, but we're only human, okay? And, and if sometimes there's a line, and if people cross that line, then you're exactly right. You have to stand up for what you believe in. You can't be bullied. And I'm not advocating violence in any way, shape or form, but I am saying, violence begets violence. And if someone punches you on the nose, then you punch them on the nose.
So 3am said, using my fist at the point was the best meditation ever for me.
The what, sorry?
The best meditation ever.
Exactly. We can meditate on this. Boom. So yeah, great. And if you can, obviously, I will always say, if you can walk away and be the bigger person, then, we should do that. Anytime that you can turn the other cheek, whether that's a religious connotation or whether that's just rising above it, then we should try. But it ain't always an option, is it? And bullies will bully until they realise that you're not going to back down. And we can have all the empathy in the world, which again we talk about here, but if people aren't empathetic, I would advocate empathy all the time. And if we can just be empathetic and try and put ourselves into the shoes of other people, then that would be an ideal world. And if we can do that, then I will always advocate that. Try and be empathetic. Try and look at it from someone else's point of view. But if a person that's bullying you does not understand or comprehend empathy, they ain't going to back down. They're going to carry on until they realise what it's like to be hurt, because it's a law of the jungle. There's always somebody in there with a bigger stick than you. There's always somebody bigger than you, whether that's physically or more capable than you. And, it's the law of the jungle. And the law of the jungle exists today. It does, it exists. And that's why when I mention these things, and sometimes, it may come across that I do speak forked tongue, I do have double standards. I don't have double standards. It's just that I am a kickboxer, I am a Thai boxer, I am a martial artist, but I also like to practice the other sides of meditation. Because, okay then, for example, and again, I suppose this is aimed at you, Socrates, yeah? It's not all about fighting, it's not all about wearing a big hat, but what it is about controlling yourself. It's about control, isn't it? As you know. And that's where the meditation comes in, because if nothing else, technique matters, okay? And control matters. So it doesn't matter how strong you are, how big you are, if you ain't got technique, then it's not going to work, is it? And that's why there's a place for both. There's a place to run. There's a time to run. There's a place to fight. There's a time to fight. There's also a place and a time to reflect and to try and let it be the proverbial water off a duck's back. Okay, but if it's it's not always the case. We can't always do it, and sometimes we have to stand up for what we believe and make a stand. And that's where martial arts are a big thing, because they do teach us that, and they do teach us that we have the tools. And it gives you the inner confidence to know you can deal with it. But it doesn't mean to say we're running around all the time threatening people, because that would be stupid. That would be Neanderthal, wouldn't it?
3M said, are you guys on Instagram?
Oh, we're not on Instagram. No, it's just the way I'm sitting, mate. No, seriously, we're not on Instagram. We don't have that. Just YouTube. But has Creepy come back yet?
No.
Creepy come back? Is there anybody? He's fallen asleep. Creepy's
He
fallen
just said
asleep.
be right back.
I know he did, but we've only got another 15 minutes, Creepy. But it's just one of those things that I just want to, it's just making enemies is not what we're about. But we're not going to back down either. And if people see that as arrogant, if Socrates sees that as arrogant, then tough. It's not meant to be arrogant in any way, shape or form. I am comfortable in my own skin, and my parenting, I was very annoyed the other day when I was told that I'm exploiting my daughter behind the camera. Listen, just in answer to that question, Sophia comes on our videos as Sophia when she does the dances and things. But have you noticed she doesn't come out front of camera and show her face? She doesn't do that, and that has always been the way that it's been for me to protect my daughter, to protect her from these idiots, like people say. Socrates did say earlier that the internet, is toxic, full of idiots and numpties. Yeah, okay, of course it is, But I take exception to people saying, and in particular, not people, you. Saying that I'm not doing right by my daughter. I protect her in every way, shape or form, and I'm protecting her. If I wasn't, then she'd be sat here now and people would be making suggestions to her, which would be wrong. But I'm here all the time, and I would not let my daughter come up front there without me being here. So yeah, that's why I resent that comment. Yeah, that's basically why we are where we are now. Now, if you want to carry on with this conversation, then fine. But I'm afraid that you've misunderstood where we're from. You've misunderstood my parenting. My daughter is the most important thing in my life. She's the reason I get up in the morning. So to suggest, hence why I, reacted the way I did to you, to react and to say that is bizarre for me, because I will protect her with everything I've got, and she wants to be here, and she enjoys me, and I'm not using. I resented the fact of saying I'm using her to get people into the house. We're not doing that at all. It's just wrong.
3M said Nin is a very well-known troll.
Yeah, we had a lovely email the other day as well from somebody explaining all about Nin. Now again, Nin came on, and that's what it's all about. We're here to be shot at, I suppose. But my daughter isn't here to be shot at. I'm big enough, I'm ugly enough to take it on the chin, but I will make sure that my daughter isn't subjected to that. I will protect her from that. And if somebody came along and started getting stupid, then the first thing we would do, isn't it, just kick them out.
Yeah.
She's not being, the internet and the world out there can be toxic. I get that, but she's in our home. She's behind the camera. She's enjoying what she's doing. And that ain't toxic. That ain't toxic. And if people interpret that as being toxic, then there's nothing I can do about that. But I can assure anybody, whoever they are, that my daughter is my priority. And protecting her is the utmost importance. It's my priority in life. to protect her from these idiots. So that's why I was annoyed the other day, which I shouldn't get annoyed because I should turn the other cheek. But you know, I am a martial artist, I am a Thai boxer, I am a kickboxer. If somebody winds me up, then obviously I'm going to kick off, aren't I? Especially when it's something like that. Because clearly, I don't put my daughter in any danger. And if she was in danger, I would be at the side of her to sort it out. And believe me, I would. So that's why I took exception. And Nin coming in, okay, a troll, whatever, that's fine, okay? And I know more about Nin, that Nin does it a lot this now, and that's fine. And if Nin wants to come along and put her thumbs down or whatever, that's fine. It's a free world, you know. It's everybody's got choices. You know, it doesn't hurt us. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but you know, names will never hurt me, and they won't. You know, it's sad that people feel as if they want to do that. But we are where we are. We know we're open to everybody here at Elysium, and contrary to popular belief, or contrary to certain people's belief, we are quite open, and we do believe in the value of hypnosis. We do believe in the power of the here and now. We do believe in yoga, in Tai Chi Qigong. We do believe in trying to be empathetic, but we also believe wholeheartedly in physical training. We believe in martial arts. We believe in boxing, in Thai boxing. We believe in all that. And we do believe, again, contrary to popular belief, that we ain't racist, we ain't sexist, we ain't anything. Far from it. If anything else, we are the most open people, invite everybody into our home. So again, the comment that was made the other day is without any kind of like foundation.
So Creepy said, "Hey buddy, sorry, I'm about the internet went down."
No problem, matey. No problem at all. Yeah, we were just digressing and just we shouldn't have to justify who we are, because the House of Elysium Sophia, the House of Elysium, is open to everybody. We are very, very open-minded here. Very, very open-minded. Probably too open in lots of ways. We believe that everybody has the right to be themselves. And that is central to what we believe. The right to be themselves, the right to be who they are. And provided they're not hurting anybody else, then everybody has the right to be who they are, believe in what they believe, and provided it's legal, then do what they want to do. You know, and this ends the sermon. We were talking earlier, and I was not corrected, but I was informed about. We were just talking. If you watch this back, Creepy, we're saying how bizarre it is, how we can the Sunday licensing thing, Sunday shopping hours here in the UK. I always find it bizarre because myself and Sebs, we went to the shops again on Sunday. And at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, I can go get some petrol and buy as much food, drink, beer, whatever I want from the garage. But then I have to sit there and wait while 11 o'clock at the shopping mall for the shops to open, because it's the law, because we're a Christian country. And it's a law that says we can't be served goods before 11 o'clock in the morning. And our friend there has just explained that it's something to do with the square footage. I didn't know that. I thought it was just to do with the Sunday trading laws, which I do find bizarre. And we were just talking then about draconian rules and laws, and how everything in this country seems to go back to the Magna Carta, and things that were, you know, and back then that were customs and have become statute and become law. And it's going to be very, very interesting now how. We haven't now got the Court of Human Rights in Brussels and in Europe. We haven't got that anymore, because we're now going back to being the United Kingdom and being an island on our own. We could rely on certain dictate from Europe, the final countdown. But now we're Brexited. It's going to be a little bit different now. And the laws are going to be different. We're not going to be able to go to the Court of Human Rights anymore. We're going to have to rely on our own legal system here in the UK.
Creepy said it's the UK, mate. Majority of the UK who go out on Sundays are strange people. I used to kick my feet up and watch TV or go exploring, but I never said I wasn't strange.
I wouldn't change.
I never said I wasn't strange.
No, look, mate, it's not been strange, that is it? You know, you do what you want to do. But I just find that it's very, very bizarre, a very bizarre custom. I would, the law to me to say that we can't get served before 11 o'clock on a Sunday. If that's the law, then I find that wrong anyway, and I question that in 2021. But if that's the law, then I understand it. But as our friend said earlier, it's to do with the square footage. I didn't know that. But what I don't understand is I can still go to a big garage, a big garage, and get my my fuel, get my petrol, and I can buy bits and bobs. I can buy flowers, I can buy food, I can buy drink, I can buy a hot dog, a vegan hot dog. I can buy what I want.
Koopy said, yeah, I know what you mean. I call Sunday Grandad's Sundays, lol.
Well, it is, isn't it? Grandad's. They are, because, I mean, once upon a time, you just used to sit about on a Sunday. Nothing was open. Again, I don't like that term, nothing. Nothing was open. There wasn't anything open. Nothing was open. You know, it's double negatives. You know, I have this thing about syntax and grammar, about nothing. Double negatives. But anyway, there wasn't anything. There were no shops open. You see, you've done it again there. The shops. There were no shops open. Yeah, the shops weren't open on a Sunday once upon a time, were they? You couldn't shop on a Sunday, but now you can, but only after 11 o'clock.
Too many slow drivers on the road that day, lol.
Too many, Sunday drivers, exactly. And where the expression comes from, it's Sunday drivers. But lazy Sunday afternoon, lazy bones. Right back to the song in the, I think it was it the late 60s? Lazy Sunday afternoon, got no time to worry. Something about that. Wouldn't it be nice to get some with me neighbours? They're driving me crazy, they bang on my wall. Lazy Sunday afternoon. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday was the day of, again, when we go back in time, wasn't it? Sunday was the day that the bosses gave the workers the day off, so they could go, the children could go to Sunday school and be who was that? And be educated. Couldn't they? They could be educated on a Sunday at Sunday school, because then that was the only school they had. So the young people, they went to school on a Sunday school on Sunday, and then they went to church. And it was a God day, it was a Christian day. So the boss back then used to let the workers have every Sunday off, whether they wanted it or not. They used to go to church, and then the children were educated at Sunday school. And today, it still happens, and that was back to the factory days, wasn't it? Really, industry, heavy industry in the UK, the mines, the steelworks, especially the mining industry. When all those unfortunate young people were sent down coal mines, it's a time where everybody from a certain age had a job in the mines, didn't they? Back then. The very small ones had jobs, and the women had jobs, the children had jobs, and they all had jobs. But on a Sunday, they could the bosses of the mines would let them go and worship the chapel, and then they could also do Sunday school, which would then lead them now to read and write. Not that did them any good in the mines, because there wasn't much call for reading and writing in the coal mines, because it was too dark, mate. Couldn't see a thing. Hadn't invented torches then, had they? Had a Davy lamp. Remember those? I don't remember them. They used to have a Davy lamp, they called them, because it was invented after the guy that Davy, the Davy lamp. Wow, there's all bobbins that you learn at school that you remember. And the miners then had a little lamp that they had, and they had a canary for the gas. And now they have, well, I don't know if they still do now, and the coal mines don't exist anymore, but they had a little light on the end of their hat, and walked around and blinded each other.
Quip said it used to be open at 7 or 8 and close at lunchtime on Sundays.
Yeah, I know, it's bonkers. I think back to my childhood, and I think back to shops opening on a Sunday, and how it was on a Sunday. And it's definitely changed now to have Sunday trading laws.
It used to be a candle on the hat.
A candle, of course it did, yeah, it was a candle on the hat, wasn't it? A candle on the hat, and then it turned into the little thing with the canary, and they had to open the little... Sophia's listening to me now, because she's like, what are we talking about? The miners, they're checking for gas, so they had a little canary in a cage. and they put the canary in the cage, and basically it's a bit cruel, really. If the canary died, they knew there was escaping gas, so they all ran out. The canary didn't, good for the canary, because the canary, I don't know why it was a canary either. Did it have to be a canary? Could it be any small bird? But apparently everybody uses a canary as an example. Not a budgie, not a budgerigar, a little canary, little yellow canary. Now, I don't remember at the time, there must have been, an abundance of little canaries. And they thought, oh, we'll use little cute little canary bird. A bright yellow bird. Maybe it was bright yellow so they could see it in the dark. I don't know. Why canary?
They took the bird down, and as the bird died, there was a gas of carbon dioxide.
Gas. But was there any reasoning why it had to be a canary? Was it because a canary was little and yellow, and they could see it in the dark? Did it glow in the dark? This little canary? I don't know. I'm being a bit facetious now, but I'm just wondering, would it, be a little blackbird? Wouldn't be any point sending a blackbird down there, would there? Because you could see it in the dark. Oh, it could see its beak, maybe, yellow beak. I don't know. But if a canary went down there, was there any reason why it had to be a canary? A bright yellow bird, little yellow bird, singing away to itself, la 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 la. Huh. I don't know. Just food for thought, that really, wasn't it? But, little canary. I'm cheaper. Cheap. Cheaper. Canary.
Canaries was more popular to get back in the day than any other, and it was cheaper.
Yeah, they seem to be, didn't they? Seem to be, because when you look at Victorian days, you always see the shop, don't you? You always see, I don't know, in Ebenezer Scrooge or back in Dickensian days, Victorian England, you always seem to see a canary, don't you, in a shop? I've not seen a canary for a long, long time. Not that I want to see a canary, but have you seen a canary recently, darling? Can you honestly say, I've seen a canary recently? It's not a thing you see on a regular basis, is it? A canary. But like you say, in Victorian days, there was lots of them around. So what happened to the canary? Why did they die out? Too many went down coal mines and poisoned themselves. That's what happened to the canaries. Yeah, end of that one. We sorted that one out, haven't we now?
They all died in the mines.
Yeah, all the canaries all died in the mines, and that's why there aren't any canaries left. How bizarre. It's, c'est la vie. It is what it is, I suppose. So you're still waiting, are you, Creepy? Still waiting for your funds to come through from the forces? Any more plans about the funeral director thing, or the security, or the police? Have you heard any more from any of those? Or are you just still keeping it open to see what happens?
Canaries was used in mines, and penguins were used in war.
And the what? Penguins?
Yeah.
Penguins?
Yeah.
Were they? Penguins?
And Creepy said yes, mate, still waiting.
Still waiting.
Yeah, penguins.
Yeah, there's a little penguin dodging across. I pick up a penguin. It's bigger, chocolatey, delicious feeling too. If you feel a little peckish, it's bigger and best for you. I pick up a penguin. Penguin, yeah. Penguins. I like penguins. Biscuit, chocolate biscuits. I like penguins. Sure, I saw the other day.
Yeah, I like penguins.
Penguins, I've not had them for ages.
On them as well.
Yeah, jokes. Yeah, the jokes are quite
Creepy
good.
said not heard about yet. I'm applied for the ambulance also.
Ambulance as well, cool. That'd be good as well. There's lots of options, aren't there? Emergency services, you see.
Great.
Once you've been in one emergency service,
Yeah.
then... but yeah, talking about emergency service, just before we go, you've obviously heard, Creepy, about the police officer that's murdered the young woman in, well, say young, she was 33, 34-year-old, in London from the Met. Did you hear about that in the Philippines?
Creepy said no, not penguins. Pigeons. I think.
Pigeons!
Sorry, can't spell.
Oh, sorry, I was just finding it very droll, thinking of a penguin going, yeah, pigeons, yes. I remember now, because, there's a particular Blackadder goes forth.
I've not heard of that.
Not heard of that. Heard of what?
I don't know.
What did I say? I can't remember what I said now. Penguin.
We've got Socrates.
Oh,
Hello.
hi, Socrates.
Hello.
Hello, are you all right?
Yeah.
Come to say hi. But yeah, we were just talking about penguins, and it's very, very strange how you have a pigeon, and it was from Blackadder, because I know Blackadder on Blackadder Goes Forth, Creepy, talks a lot about, I can't remember what they call the particular thing, but it was a pigeon,
Creepy
not a penguin.
said the young girl being murdered.
You've not heard anything? Yeah, there's been a young girl.
Oh, right.
I think she was 33, and she's been on her own, and there's been out on a walk the streets of London, early hours of the morning, probably late at night, I think, and she's been attacked, and she's been murdered, and they've actually found that it was a police officer that's done it. So all hell's broken out over the weekend here in the UK.
So
Yes, madam.
Socrates said penguins have been used in war. Also, so have dolphins and dogs and bats. Often these have backfired. And Creepy said, my age then, haha.
Yeah, it's.
And also Socrates said, I'm good day, mate, and you.
We're fine, thank you.
And
We're.
Creepy said, oh wow.
Hey, yeah,
We are fine, thank you.
we're fine, thank you. We're cool. We're fine. We're just about the whales. Yeah, they're very intelligent dolphins, aren't they? In war. Yeah, I heard somewhere that dolphins were used, and Creepy, you might know as well. I don't know, Socrates, you might know about dolphins. They used to. They had a purpose. Not purpose. They had a purpose in the Second World War to do something. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember the Navy using and training dolphins during the Second World War. I seem to recall that. Now I'm not sure. Again, it was the pigeons that were used, the homing birds for messages. But yeah, I was laughing about the idea though, Creepy, about it being penguins and the war. I was just couldn't quite see that, but hey ho. Yeah. So this guy, they found out it was a Met police officer that did it.
Socrates says sea mines.
See what?
Sea mines.
Sea mines, that was it, wasn't it? Mines, yeah, they were used for sea mines, that's it. I got it in my mind, literally, in my mind somewhere that were used during the Second World War. That's right, sea mines.
Socrates said, locate, place, and destroy.
Oh, God, yeah.
And Creepy said, self-propelled torpedoes was tied to the dolphin, but it didn't go to plan, so they stopped that.
Yeah, self-propelled, that's it, yeah, exactly. It's just, just coming back to Creepy to let you know what happened. So this I said this young girl, it's sad anyway, whatever, 33-year-old I think she was. So she was coming home. She was originally from York, from vegan realist area of the world, gone down to university in London, set up in London, and she was on a night out. Well, not a night out really, was she? Because you can't do anything. I don't know where she'd been. You'd just gone for a walk, I suppose. Been for a walk, and then she was attacked and then murdered. And it's a Met police officer that's responsible for this. And he's quite a high, I say high flying, I use the term loosely. He was in a very trusting job in the Met. It was something to do with the diplomatic services. But yeah, so over the weekend in the UK, there's been demonstrations left, right and centre, which has led to people demonstrating about the abuse of women in society in general. So again, it's kicked off quite a bit today, and in Parliament today, Boris was chatting to the leader of the opposition, and they were saying that they need to start working together to try and to do more to promote the safety of women in society. Which they should.
Creepy said that is not good.
Not good at all, and like, this is what I was saying the other day about people getting into the Met and then moving on. And that maybe is an example, because the guy can't be hinged, can he, if he's gone off like that.
So Socrates said, in the Second World War, the Russians tried to train dogs to run under tanks while wearing bomb vests. However, they trained them using Russian tanks, not German tanks, so they would only run under the Russian tanks.
All right, cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, the animals have always had a job in wartime, haven't they? They've always had some kind of task. The reason we started talking about that, you've just joined us, Socrates, we were talking about birds in the mines and canaries to be used down the mines, particularly in the UK, to sniff out poisonous gas. And we were just wondering why canaries and not any other bird.
Creepy said, typical Russian, lol. Well, they like killing their own a lot.
Who said that?
Creepy.
Oh, I know, just a bit red on red, I suppose, it's blue on blue. I don't know. But yeah, it's.
Socrates said Pavlovian association.
Oh, the Pavlov, yeah, the dogs. Yeah, the Pavlov. It's Pavlov, my darling. Pavlov's a psychologist, and Pavlov was conditioning of dogs, and it was something to do with. It was like a bell. Yeah, it's a bell, and Pavlov's dogs, they were responded to the bell rather than the food, yeah? So they rang a bell and gave the dogs the food, my darling, okay?
Yeah.
And then the dogs then heard the bell, and then they started to associate the bell with food. So it's a reward, like they do with the monkeys. And then afterwards, they just started ringing the bell, and the dogs then went to the sound of the bell because they knew it was food, and they could then not use food. So yeah, I suppose it's a Pavlov account, really.
So Creepy said if they retreated they gunned their own down by Vickers machine guns. So they had no choice, either die by getting shot from the Germans or die by their own guns.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? It's again from the First World War, which is a very strange period in life, because you only have to watch. I know for satire, Blackadder, to watch that, just to see how it's trivialized and how it's portrayed as being, you know. One of the things they do say on there was, why did they continue doing the same thing time after time after time? Shouldn't we change it? And they said, yeah, no. The reason we do that is because that's what Jerry expects us to do. So we continue doing the same thing and getting thousands and thousands of men slaughtered. But yeah, very, very bizarre, very, very bizarre. I think the First World War opened a lot of... again, we were talking about the Second World War, because Sophia's doing about the First World War and about the rise of Nazis we were talking about the other day, weren't we?
So Creepy said, then they have complained they didn't have enough men. We'll stop bloody killing them.
Exactly. Well, we were just chatting about the rise of the Nazis, because it was something Sophia was doing at school the other day, and about the rise after the Treaty of Versailles, and how the German people felt let down by the treaty, and felt let down by their commanders in the armed forces, and how it led then to the Hitler.
So
In Germany.
Creepy said Stalingrad
Stalingrad.
was the worst place for the Russian.
It would be, wouldn't it? Stalingrad, yeah. Leningrad, Stalingrad, yeah. There's we were chatting the other day about Marxism, and about Stalin, and about Lenin and Trotskyists, and we were chatting about all sorts the other day, which came up.
So Socrates said canaries were small, make songs, and would succumb to toxic gases quickly. So when the air in the mine was too concentrated with toxic gases, the bird would die and the humans would have time to flee.
So that's why they used canaries.
And Creepy said, remember, it was my regiment that brought in the tank on the battlefield. We were the ones who you see thundering over the trenches.
It's just on. Yeah. It's getting heavy about the army again now. It's okay. His regiment when he used to be in. But we're just saying about what's, we were talking the other day about getting into the Met. Yeah, we were talking about the Met, and we were saying that a lot of police officers now are coming in from the army and joining the Met in this country, because it's easier to get in the Met. Now, has this guy that's murdered this girl, now, has he come through that particular method of getting into the police?
Said, I'm going to ask you a question. Let's
Go on
see
then.
If anyone knows.
Go on then.
Okay.
Let's wait. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Question time. Robin Day, off you go. Don't like this silence, we're waiting for a question. We ought to have some music in the background, didn't we? And say, just while we're waiting. We have got a bit of music, but it's meditation and relaxation music, which is not really there to, it's not like countdown.
Said it was economics that led to Hitler having to repay the French and British, meant that people were earning trillions, but bread cost billions.
What is this? Is this from after the First World War?
The cost of living crisis gave fascism credence.
Yeah, it did give it credence, didn't it? It did give it credence. But we were just talking the other day about how Germany, it was shaped, and how after the Treaty of Versailles, that Germany then obviously was open to fascism, and the fascists then took control of the country. That were originally loads of Marxists in the country as well. So
Creepy said,
go on, Creepy.
Why did the Mark 1 to Mark 6 tanks have their cannons on the side and not on the front?
The cannons.
Yeah, because, they were coming.
I don't know. I presume I always thought the cannons could move anyway, so I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that one. I always presume that the tanks, their guns all move around, revolved.
And you wouldn't expect it to be
Coming from behind, I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know, I have to wait for the answer to that one. Not quite sure. I was under the impression that tanks, the guns obviously rotated. Yeah. The bit that we're just on about Germany and at the end of the First World War, it was very interesting to do a bit of research on it the other day, obviously through Sophia's work.
Not on them tanks.
Not on those tanks. Who said that, madam?
Creepy.
Not on
These
those
are
tanks.
the first ever tanks created.
Oh, I see. So they will be the first block. That's the gun that just went up and down like that. But these were actually on the side. So did they move them side on then? Did they actually bring the tanks on side on because the guns were there? How did that work? Yeah, interesting. Did they have the caterpillar wheels those as well? Very interesting. Very interesting to carry on with this topic of conversation. Very, very interesting. But we've got quite a few strands going at the moment, and obviously we've got somebody was asking about the rise of Hitler earlier, and obviously we've had a bit of input from everybody. And obviously Hitler was a good speaker at the time, and the middle classes wanted Hitler in there, in Germany, because Hitler had shown that his essays, they could get order. So the middle classes wanted that, because their shops would be saved from looters. But obviously the working class then saw Hitler as being one of their own, so they wanted Hitler in as well.
I was watching...
Go on, madam.
So Socrates said because they would just move side to side at the back of the battlefield, like movable artillery, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just from side to side, maybe.
So,
Maybe creepy, I don't know.
Today, because we're doing about Hitler at school.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching a documentary, obviously, about the children that were brought up to, obviously...
Hitler Youth.
The propaganda.
Oh yeah, what do they call them? Hitler Youth, and what were the girls called?
The girls were called the League of Maidens.
League of Maidens,
Yeah.
that was it, yeah, well done.
And it was
And the
kind
Hitler
of
Youth.
showing, and it was kind of showing how they were brought up to this propaganda.
Yeah, they
lifestyle.
believed everything that was come out from
Yeah.
the government. Yeah, and but if you're told so many times so many things, you will start to believe it, won't you? You will start to believe it. And obviously there was very, very rife in Germany. The fatherland. Yeah, there were so many. We don't get stuck into it now at the moment, but it was just something that was brought up in. Obviously, we were talking about COVID. We were talking about the rise of fascism. We were talking about the Oxford, not the Oxford Dictionary. We were talking about the Oxford vaccine. How apparently people are saying that it's unsafe. The people of France, the people of Germany, people in Spain are saying that it's unsafe, and they're halting the immunisation in those countries until they've had it tested again, because they're saying there's a link with blood clots or something, and that was why Boris today said that he believed fully in the Oxford inoculation, and to prove it, he's having the injection himself, and he's going for the Oxford one next week because he trusts it. I don't quite know where all this has come from, but again, I think that's Boris again leading from the front. Again, he's shown great leadership again in saying that he's happy to do that. A bit like the I don't know whether you remember. Well, you'll not remember, my darling, but right back in the 1980s, there was the mad cow disease, and it was there was one of the Tory MPs then actually fed a burger to his daughter to prove that he believed that mad cow's disease was. You saw that, didn't you?
Yeah.
And again, it was the same kind of thing that's happening now.
So Creepy said the cannons were on the sides so they could fire down into the trenches when the tanks rolled over them. They could fire 180 degrees. They also had 1.62 machine guns on the front, which the commander fired.
So it was to do with the trenches, the trench warfare.
Socrates said there had been a minor clotting issue found. However, these are not significantly above normal
Yeah, well, obviously, the thing, I think people have got to really think, I don't know what you think, but I think people, I mean, maybe you're one of these people that doesn't actually believe in the vaccine anyway, I don't know. Coming from the US, we have a lot of friends from across there in the US that still don't trust the vaccine. But I think my personal view is that we've just got to try and think that maybe it's worse to getting COVID than maybe what the after effects could be, I don't know.
Creepy said the doors to get into the tank was on the gun placement at the side of the tank, which could only be opened with a special tool.
Cool, a bit like, yeah. I mean, I do remember seeing the old films, the old desert rat films where the people used to jump in the tanks and that. So we learn something new every day here on our chats here at Elysium. It's nice when we're joined by people that can shed some light on things. Really, really good. And as for the injection, the COVID, we have a lot of friends from across the pond in the US. Particularly, we had the guy, didn't we? What was his name? The guy from Canada that really was a conspiracy theorist and didn't actually believe that COVID was as bad as what we're all led to believe. I don't know whether it's an American thing, but a lot of this does seem to come from across the pond in America, where there seems to be quite skepticism about how much we're being told about COVID-19 and whether it is safe, the vaccine. I don't know. It seems to be quite right. And again, now we're seeing this in Europe. We're seeing this in Spain. We're seeing it in France, we're seeing it in Italy, where it was a lot of casualties.
So, Creepy said that the Mark 1 never had the wheel stabilisers on the back. They only came in on the front. Mark 6, as the Germans was knowing, if they had built the trenches wider, the tanks can't get over them, and they have branches on.
So when did the Caterpillar wheels come in then, Creepy? When did they come?
We've also got Megs, who says, hey.
Megs! Hello, Megs. How are you?
And Meg said, why is there so many dislikes? Ignore them.
We are doing, yeah. We're sorting. We've had a few issues.
I did explain.
But I think we're all we're all starting to offer olive branches here, and we have got one of our dislikers in the chat at the moment, who we're actually playing nicely together, and we're actually getting on okay, and it's nice. But we do have a few people that are just, as soon as I open my mouth and say, hi, it's Dave here from Elysium Sophia, dink, they're sticking it down.
So
but once they get to know us, maybe they won't feel that way, I don't know.
Creepy said, would that rolled into the trench and the stabiliser on the back was to stop them from tipping over when going over the trenches. The top speed was at 5 miles per hour.
5?
Wow.
My word. And that's when the Caterpillar wheels started to
It was
notice.
called the Devils, as the Germans never saw anything like it before.
What was that?
They were called the Devils.
Oh, the Caterpillar tanks.
So Socrates said, I never disliked your video.
Oh, didn't you?
And Meg
Cool.
said, those people are so stupid.
I know they are stupid, mate. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we don't. We just we've got 3 people that we know just comes and dislikes our lives, and as soon as the bell goes on, they just dislike it. But again, if they come and they chat, then maybe they wouldn't feel that way. But how's life been today then, Megs? Okay, has it been all right?
Meg said, let's go 4-4 because it's 4 likes and 4 dislikes.
It's
I know. It's like playing football or something.
or a formation. Yeah, it's a attack formation. Yeah, I think today, Megs has just been joining us now. We're just finishing our session today now. We've been talking about the vaccine. We've been talking about I don't know whether you're doing it at school as well. We're doing about Germany in history, about the rise of Hitler. We've been talking about the horrible events that happened.
Meg said not too bad.
It's been okay.
I was just saying about, the video we watched today in history about how we were saying how they were brought up in Germany with the propaganda and things. Meg said, I've just played football.
You've just been playing football?
Yeah.
Did you win? You've been winning.
Creepy said, you mean the tracks went all around? You mean the tracks went all the way around the tank?
The what? Yes, that's right. Yeah, there's the caterpillar. As we know, there's a caterpillar tanks. I don't know. Very, very interesting. We've been talking about the vaccine. We've been having a quick chat about canaries. We were talking about the use of down the mines and the Davy lamps and why they used canaries to try and sniff out the gas to save human lives, that type of thing.
So Meg said, yeah, it was a bit weird. Yes, I won.
You won, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not social distancing tackling. Yeah, is that how it's working? Social distancing football. It'd be nice when we can get back to football again in this country. It'd be really, really good. Can't wait. But again, it's a controversy. Again, we've been told today. I've been watching things, and they're saying that for the last 2 games of the season in football, then we can have a crowds of up to 10,000. Which I do. I mean, we're massive football fans, obviously, and I can't wait to get back to our season ticket and our beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. But I don't think it's the right time at the moment for Let's just wait till next season now. For the sake of 2 games, I don't think it's right.
So died in the tanks due to carbon dioxide due to the engines being situated in the middle of the tank than getting killed due to conflict reasons.
All right. Okay, it's just, yeah, so why, yeah, I'm just maybe missing something then. When were the first Caterpillar wheels then used on tanks? Because I presume, you know, when the tanks first came out, they, you know, they had to have some kind of like, yeah, the equivalent of four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive to get over all terrain. So when were the you know, the Caterpillar as we know it now, when were they introduced onto tanks? I don't know. There's somebody here that might know. Could do. But yeah, so lots of things that we've been chatting about today. Been very, very nice. Been nice to touch base with our friends. Been nice to touch base. We haven't got vegan realists here today, and really that's strange. Have we? Haven't got vegan realists here.
So Creepy said the tracks came in on the Mark 1.
On Mark 1, did they? Everything okay?
Yes, right.
Okay. Good. They're arguing on the other side, are they?
Yes.
Everything's okay. Well, just keep it nice, you know. Keep it nice, you know. Keep it smiley, keep it nice, and just enjoy yourselves, guys. So anyway, we're just about to bob off now on the onto our other platform and do another host of the show.
Creep said the first ever tank which is on show and has seen war is down in the Bovington Tank Museum that was just in a metal box on tracks.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's Meg said we're not lol.
We're not what? Sorry.
Oh, it's alright.
I don't know that one.
Socrates said what other side?
What other side?
It's
It's just another venture. We're working with some American friends. We have another chat show that we're doing on there at the moment. We're enjoying that.
The first ever tank was nicknamed the Little Willie.
This what? Sorry.
The first ever tank was nicknamed the Little Willie.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Unfortunate, isn't it? I don't know. But yeah, we do. We digress now. We've just had a decent day today.
Meg said arguing.
Arguing? Who's arguing? I can't see from here, you see. All I can see. I mean, I probably kicked it off. I don't know. But yeah, I think in the chat they're arguing. Well, if you are arguing in the chat, you know, play nicely. If you're not, you know, just enjoy.
Yeah.
Give as good as you get and give as good as you take or whatever. Where's Unicorn gone? Anyways.
Socrates said, can I link to do the show?
Well, not at the moment, no, because it's not that type of thing. It's not actually on a social platform like this. It's something that we're working on. But you know, you would have been welcome.
Meg said we are not arguing.
Good. I don't even know because I can't even see. I can't see what's happening at the.
Meg said being creepy.
Oh, you're creepy.
Yeah, but it's fine.
You're having a heated debate, are you? You're having a debate rather than a discussion, a heated debate or a discussion rather than an argument. You know, choice of words, choice of semantics. It's all good. So, anything you'd like to say, Madonna, before we?
So thank you everybody for joining us today. Make sure to put the notification bell on so you can join us next time when you joined us. If you have joined us in the background, thank you for joining us as well. Hang on a second, I've just got to read this. So Meg said no, and Creep said the turret only came in World War I with Churchill at Sherman's, which was the main battle tanks mainly used, and there was 3 little man crew tank used for the Wrecken as it was quicker and lighter. And then Meg said lol, and then Creepy said armour on them, lighter armour on them.
As all of us, like an armadillo.
Yeah, lighter armour on them.
Like an armadillo, like an animal, like a case on it.
Yeah,
like
but it's armour.
Armour, yeah, like an armadillo. As it were, and has what they call it gone? Not what they call it. Unicorn.
Yeah.
Unicorn's toddled off as well. Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Well,
right. I presume they've toddled off now. So anyway, if you joined us today, wherever you've joined us from, you've been welcome. You're always welcome at the home of Elysium Sophia. Today, we're all predominantly about meditation, about relaxation, about hypnosis. But over the last 4 or 5 months or so, we've evolved into a chat show. And we invite you into our home to come and chat about whatever. And in that way, you're living a mindful way.
Socrates just said, what is the weather like in Barnsley at the minute?
Barnsley at the moment. In Barnsley at the moment, it's I don't know because we're quite close to Barnsley where we are. We're quite between Barnsley and Sheffield.
We don't live in Barnsley.
But we.
Creepy said the British also use the Sherman tanks and also use them as amphibious tanks.
Amphibious
And Meg
tanks.
said goodbye. Bye.
Bye then, Meg. You take care. See you again soon.
So Creepy said, no, we are not arguing. No idea what's gone off, lol.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
I
it.
don't know why we wouldn't know what the weather's like in Barnsley because we don't live in Barnsley.
So, but anyway, what was that? I don't know it is. So, if you're staying there looking at us, bizarrely. So, what have you joined us with today? What have you joined us from? Hope you've enjoyed chatting. Welcome anytime to come and chat and get things off your chest, because this is what we do in a mindful way. I suppose that's why we've evolved our channel now to turn into some kind of chat show where we invite you to come in and chat about things, and in that way, this is how the mindfulness comes in this way, because you're living the here and now. So if you're chatting and you're getting things off your chest, then you're living the here and now. You're not worrying about yesterday, you're not worrying about tomorrow or what's going to happen. You're involved in the here and now, and you're chatting and getting things off your chest, because, you know, we can't let it linger, because if you let it linger, let it fester, anything you've got to say, get it off your chest and you know, leave it on the chat. My darling.
No, and Creepy said, have fun, guys, another great night.
Great, and you. Thanks for joining us. Get some sleep, okay? And if you have joined us today...
Ethan basically just said, see you later.
Later.
So, bye.
Okay. How bizarre. How bizarre.
You just said, see you later, bye.
Cool. So, until next time. Okay?
Sorry, Socrates said, oh, I just thought you lived in Barnsley way, whether it's rainy and miserable over this way.
Oh, no. Well, we're from the Yorkshire region, but we don't actually live in Barnsley. But we're from the Yorkshire region. I thought you were from the US, our friend Mr. Socrates.
Yeah,
I thought you were from the US. I don't know, I might be
Might
wrong.
not be.
Might be wrong. I just presumed you were from the US. We'll wait to hear that one anyway.
So you're not in the US then, Socrates? Which part of the world are you from then, Socrates?
Socrates may be from the UK. I don't know.
You might be.
I thought Nin was from the Philippines, but Nin's
Yeah,
not from the Philippines. Nin's from the UK.
Yeah.
So goes to sense that Socrates may well be from the UK. I don't know. We'll just wait to give Socrates the chance to answer that one, if he wants to answer it.
Creepy said more on mines tomorrow, haha.
More, sorry.
More on mines tomorrow.
More on. Yeah, just a
Yeah.
bit. Just going to give it a few minutes.
Socrates said no, not from the US, from Europe.
Oh, you're from Europe, are you?
wow.
Oh, cool. Well, anyway. Well, we were just under the impression you were from the US, but hey, maybe not. So, wherever you've joined us from today, whether you've joined us from Europe, whether you've joined us from the US, whether you've joined us from here in the UK, then you've been welcome today. If you'd like to join us next time, you'll be welcome to join us next time. So, wherever you are, stay safe. Try to be true to yourself, because you are an amazing person. There's only one of you, and you are unique, and you deserve to be happy. So, join us again next time. Stay safe, and a massive, massive namaste.